Hi, everybody. Well, a cruise line had a little bit of a glitch. That's right, a little bit of a glitch on their website where when you bought the Cheers drink package for Carnival on August 25th and August 26th, it calculated it wrong. And some people got 86% discount on what the price should have actually been. Not what they're saying you should have paid, like the real price. The actual deal, even 86% better than that. And that didn't last long. So yeah, Carnival discovered this, and much to their dismay, they quickly sent out letters to everybody saying, sorry, there was a glitch in the system, and they are refunding everybody who bought the drink package during that time their money back, because they were going to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because don't forget, that's not just like in one or two places. That was fleet-wide. Fleet-wide that happened. So that could be tons and tons of money. And there's two feelings on this, right? Once you sell something, you should honor it. Forget about that it was a glitch. It's not the client's fault. Or if you change procedures on your ship afterwards that something was already paid for, you shouldn't have to, pay more once you've already paid for it. Now, if it wasn't paid for and it was just on your bill and it's not paid in full, then people have something that they can say, hey, no, you know what? Sorry, you haven't paid for that in full yet, so you haven't really paid for it, and now it's gone up in price. You're going to have to pay for that. Remember, cruise lines also have that little detail in the booking that if fuel costs get such a high rate or anything like that, they can actually go back to the passengers who are on the ship already sailing and say, by the way, you got to give us another $30 because fuel prices have gone way, way up since you booked. That's actually in the writing of your contract. So they do have writings in the contract to get away from some of these things. It's just the honor of the situation, right? People often say, hey, a deal is a deal is a deal. You have to honor it, even if you made a terrible mistake, right? You sell your home for $400,000, and the next day somebody comes to you and says, oh, I would have gave you $500,000. You can't just back out. You have a signed contract, you have a signed deal. And that's kind of like the drink package, right? You buy a drink package at this price. How do they have the right to turn around and say, sorry, it was a system error in the computer and we're just going to give you your money back and cancel it? I'd often wonder if somebody brought up a class action suit for something like that. Would they be able to do it? That's a big question. Now, Carnival has come out and they have offered something as compensation to everybody. Of course, it's nowhere near the savings you were going to get for that Cheers package during those days. But if you were one of those people who bought the Cheers package and wanted that discount, you're going to get your money back. But if you act quickly and rebook, you will get a one-time, non-transferable, so you can't give it to somebody else or anything, a 10% discount on top of whatever savings you should have gotten the first time. When you buy a Cheers package before the cruise, you're often getting it for 20% less. Well, that's 20% less and then another 10% less on top of that. It's just, I'm a firm believer in once you do something and it's a signed deal, that's it. And I feel that way for this particular thing. They paid for it. You offered it at that price. I'm sorry. Those ones should be honored. It's just like also when Princess changed their medallion to Premier and Premier Plus. Princess Plus and Princess Premier. Well, suddenly it's $10 more, and if you want to be in there, you have to give us more money, even though you've paid for it already. They changed it what it is, but you had already paid for what it was, and that should be honored. I'm a firm believer in that, and I disagree with them changing things and not honoring. If there's a glitch, that's your fault, right? That's, nothing should be ever introduced to your website that hasn't been thoroughly vetted and checked, right? Here's our program. We have a dummy program out there and we're entering it in. Now somebody go in and make some fake bookings and purchase some stuff. Is everything good? Okay, now we make it live. But to come back 2 days after something went live and say, oh, sorry, it was a mistake and we're just going to give you your money back and sorry for the confusion. I'm not on board. I'm not on board with that. And it doesn't matter which cruise line is doing it, because a lot of cruise lines have done it, right? Look at the cruise lines that have oversold cabins and they just cancel people's cruises. That happened on the Wonder of the Seas a few times, right? Yeah, not a fan. You had to cancel my cruise. Well, I better get a free cruise out of it, right? The compensation should be there for something like that. And this, they are offering that 10%. That's 10% more savings. But hey, I had already paid for it at that price. And now you're saying it's a mistake. Why do you just get to change it? Why do you just randomly get to say, sorry, I'm backing out of that contract and that signed deal, and you're going to have to pay more, or don't have it at all? I think they don't have a leg to stand on if somebody took them to court on that. Maybe it's in the writing, but I've read cruise contracts from the top to the bottom, and there are some things in there to throw on additional charges and everything, but I haven't seen anything that says, hey, if there's a glitch when you're booking something, we have the right to refund you your money and not honor that deal. I don't see that in the cruise contracts. I could be wrong. I'm just a layman. I'm not a lawyer, so it could be worded differently that I just don't see it. But I'm wondering what you guys think. Do you think, hey, if it's offered and a person pays for it, they should honor it and have to, suck up the difference, suck up the cost? It was their mistake. Maybe you won't make that mistake again in the future. Maybe that's a lesson learned, right? It's a costly lesson for a cruise line. But hey, why should I have to pay for your mistake? I saw a deal. I signed it in good faith, and now you're taking it away, not in good faith. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really curious. You can obviously see how I feel. Once something's paid for, it should be honored. That's the end of the deal. Well, at least you would think.